Well, I've definitely done it now. My HF Mobile electric dipole system now works 80 meters, 40 meters, 30 meters, 20 meters, and 15 meters, all without the need for an ATU. No tuning at all. I'll just give you a demo. So this is on 20 meters receive.
Not what they used to be, so I'm just getting back into it.
So without tuning, 30 meters. Without tuning, 40 meters. Let's see, might not be any activity there now. I might have to slide through. Probably not much going on there, that's one of the problems. You can see it's sensitive anyway. Yeah, you can see she's definitely alive. No tuning. Right. So I'll see if I can find a QSO in SSB. So just bear with me. It's always a bit tricky trying to do this. You never know who's on when. She's definitely sensitive, but it's just there's not many people on right now, so. Oh.
Good luck to you, Francisco, with the DX. You're sounding very good in the southeast corner of Queensland. 73 is once again a very good evening.
Notice also a very nice low noise floor. Yeah, so I'll scroll on. Now I'll jump down now to 80. Oh look, no need for a tune. Look.
Yeah, otherwise, summertime it's a bit of a write-off, except the mornings, it's cool. So yeah, it looks like we're going to get a few cool days. So I have to look at the weather report again.
So I'd say optimal 80 meters, 40 meters, 30 meters, 20 meters, and 15 meters. It will work 10 meters, but it's not going to be like, you know, you
Just got a little bit of a project there, I heard. And the other guys, David.
So this is absolutely astounding. It's hard to know what to put in these videos. There's kind of not much point in putting an analyzer across it because all you'll see is she's just good in so many places. But I'll show you transmit tests either in this video or very, very soon.
Probably use it up all the time. VK2A and E4JQ, this is VK3BRZ.
So I can hear the VK2 even though very low in signal. The noise is brilliant. I'll see if there's any other activity on 80. Hopefully I'll get an ID soon and we can move on. Hopefully he gives his ID soon, so just bear with me.
Alexandra, I'll have these few various some antennas with me and I'll be in the motorhome. So yeah, that's the sort of thing. That's
Where
what
is
I
he?
can do in the late afternoon, evening. Just play around with experiment with antennas just to sort of work out what works best for me in the mobile situation.
What works best for you in the mobile will be my antenna.
So according to Richard, whom you were listening to today, that I was speaking with,
I'm just hoping to find out where this station is.
2 metre mark from the feed point just helps lengthen the wire for the shorter bands, like the 10 metre, without it really having any effect on the 80 metre band. So it's just a means of adding a bit of length to it, which helps it tune a bit to 10 metres. That's my understanding. I might be wrong there, but that's basically it.
Come on, ID please, sir.
Across to Kieran and say good day, and then back to Ian. Give you time to think a bit more. VK3BTV, hope you're well. VK5VK.
Alright, so he was VK5 and there's a VK3.
VK5. VK3BTV, well, I'm not antenna designer, so.
There you go. So, very nice. Okay. Now, I'll just jump up. So that's 30 metres. 20 metres.
I noticed on 10 metres with this braided key where I've got a halfway.
And, alright, 18 and 21. Now, like I said, it's not much point in going much higher than that. But what I will do is I'll jump down to 40 and I'll do some transmit tests. So this is not a wide angle lens, so I'm actually further away than it looks. And what you will see straight away is it's transmitting very well and even lighting up my lights, okay? So it's extreme actually, to be honest, very extreme. So the transmit is definitely highly efficient. It's going to seem insane. So, although I do have an ATU, it's not engaged, it's in bypass mode, so I've got the power off to it. So, and this is my coaxial switch where I select which antenna, which transceiver, and it has 2 auxiliary points, which is whichever transceiver goes via that auxiliary to the antenna, and the auxiliary is the tuner. The tuner's in bypass, and as you can see here, there's a heat sink, and the only part that I'm leaving visible for my own reasons is the film resistor. But down here I have 3 different coil arrangements, and the way that it's tapped and configured is definitely mind-blowing. So the radio sees a dummy load, but I take a signal sample from that dummy load, just a sample, and I do it in a way where any reactance that could occur coming back from the antenna cannot affect that which is across the dummy load. And this has been what's had me struggling for so long, because of course I could do this, but depending on the reactances it would add to the resistance, the impedance of the load. So I found a way to not add to the impedance of the load, but to still steal the signal, to replicate the signal into 2 versions of the signal inversely. It's a lot more involved than that, because it's still not going to drive anywhere because there's no current behind it, so you can't just do that. I then excite those differences, and then I pass them forward. It's very complicated, I'm not even going to try and explain, but the coil designs are amazing. There's 3 stages, 3 different coils, and then out to the antenna. So the antenna doesn't know it's on a dummy load. All it knows is that it's getting exactly what it wants. Now, conditions are very noisy, and this is in VK5, and as you can see, just from the mobile, it's actually making it there in those terrible conditions very, very well. Now I'll just jump out of there and let's see if how it's going in my local area, obscured by Mount Dandenong, by the way, because I'm the other side of a tall mountain on our standards of my area. Let's see, 7191. Let's see, I'm not sure. Oh, yep, there you go. So it's also making it locally, absolutely cranking. So, although I might be using a dummy load, it's certainly not impeding the performance of the antenna. Now I will jump further northeast. So I'll go from my area, I'll go way past Canberra, and I'll go way past Sydney. Now I'm not sure, so I honestly don't know. I'll jump up here to the Hunter Valley. Now I really don't know, and I will show conditions in a minute, but I'm not sure it's going to be ideal. And I'll just see, I've got to retune this, hang on, hopefully 719, oops, 91, hopefully that worked. And, alright, so it is just making it in all this noise to the Hunter Valley. Now what I'll do is I'll jump in and show the Owlet Hap chart. Now based on frequency, as you can see, now I'm down here. This is what I call the butthole of Australia, and there's its plop, so I shouldn't say that. Sorry, Tasmanians. Yeah, so I'm somewhere there. I'm in the brown. This, depicts which frequencies are going to be best for me to make a contact from this point. The VK stations, oops, are around there, and up here somewhere for the Hunter. And the colours, as you can see, the dark green is 8 megahertz, the light green is 10 megahertz, and the brown is 6 megahertz. So basically the brown-green fringe there is ideal for 40 meters. Beyond that is actually ideal for higher bands. So what you've just seen is actually quite good, actually exceptionally good for a mobile antenna. Now, so I'll zoom back out. I'm not sure if it's going to get to Tassie. I mean, I'm just sitting out the front, so I'm not in an ideal position. When I drive around, it varies a heck of a lot. So, yeah, so hardly any noticeable signal into Tassie. Move back across to VK5. My position is less obscured to VK5, so it's definitely an advantage, even though the band conditions are not ideal. As you can see, lots of static crashes. But yeah, HF Mobile, pretty much QRP. And there she is. And the great thing is, like, if conditions were better, I would be able to demonstrate a lot better, but conditions are just terrible. It's just one of those things. Unfortunately, so I mean, I'd like to show 80 meters, but the noise floor on 80 meters right now is just insane. But I'll just I'll jump back to camera mode, one sec, and yeah, and go back to the antenna. And as you can see, you can't see the antenna, but what you can see is my fuel strength meter lighting up. So that is absolutely fantastic. 7.3, and thanks for watching. I'll just open that up.